I'm now gonna just use this currently for 2 buckets to get the liquid in. Seems like it's still the middle of the night though, so I'll wait until the next morning to do that. I'd hope the rain had stopped in the morning, not in the middle of the night. So yeah, it just became night too. Because you see the little clock up here is actually correct to the in-game time. Should make myself another stone pickaxe. Completely forgot about doing that. I don't want to use the iron one for just mining stone. I had another stone pickaxe already there. Sounds like there's a skeleton right here. I was gonna try and kill it to get the bones for bone meal. That would help with the food production a decent amount this early. Now I'm gonna actually just go until I run out of ladder. That way I will be getting as slow as possible because you'll usually get better stuff the lower you go. Unless there are certain things which only spawn above specific heights, because I know Platinum does that in certain mod packs, where Platinum will only spawn in mountains. Or it'll occasionally be called Shiny Metal, depending on what mod adds it, but they're technically the same thing as far as most things are concerned, such as no matter what mod adds copper, it'll register at the same copper if you try to make it in a recipe. So now I'm gonna just start lining up this way. Yeah, it's still the middle of the night, so there's no point in heading up yet. I think I'm just gonna wait until the stone pick breaks, and then we're gonna head up and get the arcane compendium and get some more of the liquid so I can actually grow the witchwood tree, because it also will only grow if you put it near the special liquid, which I will actually remember the name of once I have it in the bucket, because it'll then show the name. I didn't get anything other than salt from doing this. It's just stolen cobblestone. I don't really have enough chests to actually organize everything properly, so I'm not even trying to as of right now. I've got some more chests and some more wood in general. Able to make them, try and organize stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it's becoming morning. I'll take a sapling out, because I will need one of these. Yeah, I'm fixing to go get an item frame from the village. Okay, I just want to be sure to get the taint poison. I'm not saying behind me that I didn't notice again. I think there isn't really much of anything in the village anymore. I may need a couple of these for different things, I don't know. This is actually a really interesting way of getting the magic book, Arcane Compendium as it is. Right, there, there. Alright. Let's see if I have enough food to get my health. No, I almost certainly don't have enough to actually make my health regen. I don't actually know how health regeneration works in this now, so maybe. It's a well-fed buff, so I might have my health regenerating. I don't know. I know that there's some of the liquid right outside the entrance. Was it a different entrance? It must have been. Alright, so I think it might have been on this side of it. With the white liquid, I'm gonna go through the water because that makes it where the taint poisoning won't affect me, since I'm not actually touching the fibrous taint which is on the ground. Oh, there it is. I did actually waypoint that. I thought that was one of the waypoints I didn't have anymore. And the reason the waypoint got erased in the, second episode was because I created a world just to look at a few things, and then gave it the same name. And when I deleted that world immediately after it, it got rid of all the waypoints on both of them. So, I'll leave each page up for just a second to get a look at what everything says. But I already know most of the basics. If I forgot something and I get stumped on it later because I'm not currently reading this, I will go back and look through it. But there are a good number of things that only had one word that went over. I don't know what I was on. This has a lot of pages. That actually has a very large number of pages. I'll explain everything rather thoroughly as I actually use it. But that actually does remove a source block, if I'm right, of this stuff. And you cannot make a infinite source. Like with Ethereum, that's what it's called. Huh. I was wondering if I would get rid of this hint if it did that. Kind of, but not as much as I hoped. You can always get more arcane compendiums by doing that the same way. And it will have whatever knowledge you've already figured out in it. There are certain things you learn as you level up your magic. Because I now have that new special bar, and that's my magic experience. Also gonna grab a couple sand to get some glass. So gonna need some for Funcraft. I'll need 4 at minimum. And 3 for some glass bottles, and 1 for something called like a thermometer, which I'll explain how the thermometer works when I get it, for those who may not know. So this is where the tree was originally. I don't actually think I'm gonna make it back to my base. No, it'd be much easier to if I were going the right direction from the start. But no, I'm not. Gonna check on the food that's in the river. And in a second, when I actually, after I put the liquid that's in those buckets down, I'll turn that lower level I just made into an underground farm. I also looked in NEI how to get the different types of seed, and I figured that out. It really is as simple as looking in NEI to figure out what you need to mix, but it doesn't explain it in the actual NEI completely as to what you have to do to mix them. So I'll go through that when I start creating a new farm. Also, it's worth scanning them. You see those are all normal. Those are all normal. That one has strength too. And growth too, so they'll grow faster. I believe I don't know what the stats actually relate to. Right. Oh, I have a couple bones from somewhere as well. I'll put the armor I had back on. And now I have the arcane compendium. So I can claim this. Which I don't know. I know both those ores are at least somewhat rare. Not good. I don't have to have them currently. Having them in the past does count. The wake bloom only spawns in water, and I don't know if it actually spawns commonly or not in this. I don't know where that one normally spawns, and that one normally would spawn in a desert if there were one. This does add crafting recipes for them, so, let me see. I don't know what that is. No. Yeah, there it is. It is red dye with cactus. Cactus can be made with any 3 types of seeds and a slime ball, or slime ball through an alchemic catalyst. Actually, there's a different way of getting slime. That can be found in water gardens. That might actually end up being one of the easiest ways to get a lot of slime, but that's something that takes a while to work toward. Yeah. Either way, I'm going to need that in a minute. So I'll go up and plant, or I'll need that eventually, so I'm gonna go up and plant it. The reason I grabbed an extra bucket of this though was, it will, sorry, the mouse double clicks occasionally, I'm not really sure what's doing that. But the reason I put the water next to it like that, the liquid, it'll only glow if there's liquid Ethereum within the little area around it. A maximum of 8 will make it grow faster. I don't know how much faster though. It's not very specific on that. I'm gonna go clear this tree real quick.